Do you and your best friend spend an unreasonable amount of time talking about Broadway?
Because we definitely do.
Hi, I'm Katie.
And I'm Kate.
We're best friends, but I live in Maryland.
And I live in New York.
So most of our friendship consists of FaceTime calls about theater.
The casting announcements, the surprise closings, the controversies.
And the Broadway drama we absolutely need to talk about.
Eventually we realized we should probably start recording these conversations.
So we turned them into a podcast.
This is Curtain Call Commentary.
Every other week, we're breaking down what everyone in the Broadway world is talking about.
Plus, we'll be blind ranking shows, sharing our most controversial theater opinions.
And dream casting our favorite musicals with Broadway legends and rising stars.
Basically, it's like FaceTime your theater obsessed best friends.
Follow us here for each new podcast episode, Broadway news, and plenty of theater takes.
And make sure you tell us when you disagree with us.
And now it's time for Curtain Call.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to Curtain Call Commentary. We are so excited for today's episode. We have Broadway news, bad descriptions of Broadway musicals, and Katie Dreamcasting Cabaret. So emotionally, we are somewhere between a theater kid group chat and a casting office that we're definitely not invited to. Katie, it's episode 6. Can you believe it? Hold on. Episode, let's wind it up. Episode
6.
Love it. We love it. We had to do it. Because it's perfect, you know?
Iconic.
But welcome back, friends. We are so excited to be back for another episode. Episode 6. It's a great number and a great musical that everyone should go see because it's iconic anyway. But as I said earlier, we are going to have some Broadway news today. As we've always done, we're going to bring back some Broadway bad descriptions, which we know many of you have loved, and we loved hearing all of your guesses in the comments because some of you have said things that I'm like, oh wait, that also could have been that musical as well.
Yeah, I know. It's so funny how many of these bad descriptions could have like pertained to so many different musicals. That's what makes it so hard.
Yeah, like even coming up with them for this episode, I was like, ooh, what's gonna like, I didn't want to be too obvious to the point where it's like, he stole a loaf of bread. I mean,
Aladdin?
Yeah. Yeah.
Before we get into our news,
Right.
It is musical merch day. I've got my little shop of horrors. Whatever they offer you, don't feed the plants.
Right. And I have my Outsiders t-shirt that says on the back, we stick together because each other's all we got. I love it. I've watched this so many times. This is not how it's supposed to be like a darker
It's like
kind
fading.
of, yeah, but it's okay. It means I just have to go see the Outsiders again.
There you go. Yeah, I think half of my wardrobe,
it.
I think half my wardrobe at this point is Broadway merch, but I never wear it anymore because I'm always going to work or going to the bar or whatever. And so the only time I ever have to wear it anymore is on the weekends. But
yeah,
I can't wait for it to get a little bit cooler because I will be wearing my Hadestown sweatshirt.
Absolutely. I used to have this Dear Evan Hansen sweatshirt. I don't know if you ever remember it.
I remember it.
Yeah, I had it was the only piece of Broadway merch that I officially owned because I used to get, instead of Broadway t-shirts and stuff, I would get posters.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had them all in my room when I was younger. I've now started, I needed to get this Outsiders shirt, and I also wanted to get a Stay Gold sweatshirt, but I'll get that the next time I go. And I also was so tempted to buy a Death Becomes Her shirt that says now a warning, because she says it after she drinks the potion, and it's
that's funny.
But it was I don't know. I think Broadway merch is it could take all my money if it wanted to.
It's so hit or miss though. Some Broadway merch, I especially think of Wicked merch that hasn't been updated for 20 years. That come on, we need more. Now there's more Wicked merch, obviously, but it's Wicked movie merch. But I see TikTok sometimes of people reviewing musical theater, and usually they're like, what the heck is this? But I know the Hadestown sweatshirt that I have is a pretty popular one. The Beetlejuice sweatshirt that has the stripy arms, I know, is a good one. But it's no hit or miss.
The Outsiders has great merch, I will say. I will say, compared to a lot of I will love its merch, because
I think the newer musicals are better. Yeah, are better.
Yeah. Like I remember when I saw Frozen, like I love my Frozen. I love that show, but some of that merch I was like, I don't really know.
I don't know what adult is really buying Frozen merch though. I feel like their merch
Katie,
must be
me.
true. You're right.
Had
You're
you
right.
seen half of my wardrobe? I literally wear on a daily basis some sort of Disney t-shirt. I definitely need to get more Broadway merch. And I think that's my goal because I want to wear Broadway merch for a Broadway podcast. I mean,
There you
it's
go.
just
Yeah,
so
we should be wearing
comfortable.
it every week. I've worn my, what did I wear? I've worn my Merrily shirt.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only Broadway shirt that I've worn so far before this. And this is
Yeah.
technically off Broadway, but I have a bunch of them. So they'll have to make them here.
We're going to get into our episode this week. We're going to start with some Broadway news, which is so fun. Like we always say, we have some not so great news, but we also have some fun and exciting news. But that's the world of musical theater.
And
So
this crazy world of Broadway right now where everything is so unpredictable, and no matter how popular or widely loved or Tony Award winning a show is, it can still close. Which brings us to our
let's hear
first
it
news
louder for the back people in the back. But all right, so the first piece of Broadway news that came out literally when we finished recording our last episode or something like that. Cats, the Jellicle Ball is closing earlier than expected, but it's closing on Broadway, and I am devastated. I literally, when I saw that, I screamed. I think I was watching her name is Leanna, and she's in Spelling Bee right now as Marcy Parks. And I was watching her live that she does, like when she gets her hair done, and somebody mentioned it in the comments. And I was like, that's fake. And she had the same reaction to the
She's like,
point
no way.
where we both I looked it up and I was like,
yeah,
not fun.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed.
Not cool. Very sad. Very sad.
I feel like this show was not only huge for Cats, which was pretty hated. I feel like Cats is almost like a cult classic where you've got your people who are like obsessed with it, and then most people like kind of hate it. But it gave Cats like a whole new life. And it was also huge for the queer community with the ballroom inspiration. And I'm just devastated. I just feel like this show means so much to so many people. And I was living for the Andrew Lloyd Webber raves outside of this.
No, you know what? I was also living for Skimbleshanks, the Railway Cat. I'm not the biggest fan of Cats, like I've said in the past, but this version is so fun and so it brings new life into it, like you've been saying. And
I feel like Cats, it doesn't have like a plot.
No.
And so to do it in this fashion where it's almost like a ballroom like competition, I feel like it's the perfect way to like honor the music. But it doesn't really matter that it doesn't have a plot. Like, you know,
honestly, it makes so much sense to reimagine it. And I think that's what's great about these classics is reimagining it. And it is so sad it did not hit. I mean, this show, if many did not know, was supposed to extend into January 2027. And like they had a really good run at the Tonys, you know, they had choreography, whatever. But now it is scheduled to close on August 8th of 2026. A
little over 2 weeks from when we're filming. By the time we post this, it'll be less than 2 weeks.
Oh,
that's so sad.
Yeah. And I just feel like it's this closing announcement that I've seen online on Reddit and all those things, that it's a major conversation starter because the show had critical buzz. It had excitement from fans. It had Tony attention, but yet like for some reason it could not sustain the longer run that people expected it to be. And I understand, I've seen people take different sides of it, saying that you know, especially in the area of 2026, the world being so open and proud and loving of every member. I mean, that's the world we want it to be.
Right.
Is that the world it might not be? Possibly not. But but you know, it's I think the show executed it beautifully.
Yeah.
But I think people of older generations, and people that may not be into the ballroom scene or things of that nature, they were like, why are we seeing this? And it's like, first of all, have you seen their choreography?
Right. Their
Come on.
costumes, their everything. I mean, it's a
The fan
stunning
work,
production.
the fan work.
Right.
I said, I can't even do that. And if I did, I'd drop it and probably throw it into the orchestra pit. I don't know. Like but it brings up this conversation of what does it take right now for a Broadway show to survive? I mean, it's crazy. And I've been feeling that way. Andrew Lloyd Webber even sent out a statement that way too. And it's crazy right now to see these shows that took a risk or go beyond what one would expect.
Right.
And then officially just close. You know what I mean? And it's weird. So I want to know your take on it because I feel like I've been rambling.
I think you're right on the nose. Like, what does this mean for the future of Broadway? Like, do awards and buzz not mean anything? Are they not enough anymore? Do we, like, truly, like you said, what does it take for a show to last on Broadway? We've seen original musicals come and fail. We've only had a couple, like Hadestown and maybe Happy Ending recently, that have lasted longer than a season or just a couple seasons. But I mean, it's just so hard. I feel like it's not the audiences that are asking for these shows to like be removed or be replaced with something else. It's the Broadway execs, it's the real estate of it all. And
yeah, it is so much money to up and put on a Broadway show. And it's hard. I mean, even I know I keep bringing this up, but Star Cruiser went through the same process. It was something new. It was something that was so inviting to people, and yet it was costing so much money behind the scenes. And while we had the devoted fan base that loves it, it didn't hit in the way that we thought it would, and ended up closing and putting a lot of people out of work. And
right.
It's just it's not, I mean, the argument that people have been saying is it's not surprising, but it is, because any show that closes on Broadway is surprising. I mean,
yeah.
I just wish that it had more time to do its thing and have its run to 2027. And yeah, I mean, like you were saying, I cut you off. What were you saying?
That's okay. I just think this definitely feels like a show that people are going to be upset that they missed once it's over. And I think being so close to the Broadway world, where we're paying attention to the news all the time, like, we know that this is happening and that it's earlier than expected, but I can imagine that it's probably going to catch some people by surprise who were maybe thinking about going and seeing it later in the year and now can't. So I think it's disappointing, and if there's not already a slime tutorial, there definitely will be, and people are going to be watching that thing like crazy, and it's gonna I think just show Broadway what they're missing out on by closing the show this early. Okay, let's move on to our next news story. So this is something I was excited about, although I'm not sure if any of my local theater companies will actually do anything with it. But Les Miserables is now available for amateur licensing again. The full version is available in the US and Canada through Music Theater International, which means schools, community theaters, regional groups can now produce this iconic musical, for better or for worse. And yeah. We'll see how that goes. I have a question for the audience. Would you trust your local theater to put on Les Miserables? Would you, Kate?
I would. But because they did it at my high school once.
Okay.
So it used to be available for licensing, but I think it like was weird. I don't know.
Yeah,
because
they took
it was
it off
something
the market.
when you sent me that, I was kind of like, oh, I thought it was already there. But I remember, in high school theater, they always talk about this one show that's like cursed or like was the tough show for them to do. It was always the show that like everybody kind of always talked about as like, this has been done in the past, but it was like a tough show to do, like that sort of thing. I think when they did the show Les Mis at our school, I was not in. I think it was like 2 or 3 years before me, or maybe something like that. Everyone was always talking about how it was a show, they all were on vocal rest. Like they literally, it was the most extenuating. It was the most like hard, like the hard, like you're 15 to 18-year-old people, children, young adults performing.
How do you find a high school boy who can play Jean Valjean? How do you find a high school boy who can play Javert? Yeah.
All the boys are singing. I think I've heard Bring Him Home done in many different iterations. Some of the shows that I hear around here, I'm like, oh, interesting, cool, sick, love that. Why? But also like these kids are getting vocal injuries, and I was like, ugh, maybe we shouldn't have done, a 2-weekend performance of, Les Mis, where there was back-to-back performances. I don't know, but yeah.
It is truly the licensing announcement that will be causing every community theater to ask, do we have a barricade budget?
You know what's funny though? I was thinking about this when you were mentioning it before. I know a lot of like theater communities around like a lot of people don't really have a big budget. I mean, especially with community theater, we don't really have a big budget as much, unfortunately.
Right.
But where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, could we take a Jamie Lloyd, approach on it? Is the barricade?
You really want to play that barricade girl?
Yes, the barricade. I think also I want these roles to be played by somebody who can like sing these roles in a healthy manner, because you're 15 to 18 and Bring Him Home, your voice is kind of not really settled yet,
Yeah.
But listen, I have seen some great Jean Valjeans. I will say I have seen some great clips of them, and Javert's confrontation, come on.
True. We're about to get some interesting Jimmy Awards entries, I think.
Oh, the whole dream roll next the medleys will all be Les Mis.
All be Les Mis, just like with Hadestown this year, where every other person was singing.
I was like, again. Another one?
But it makes sense. Like every high school did Hadestown within the last 2 years because it just became available.
Right.
But I think we'll start seeing Hamilton and Les Mis a lot more now. At least I hope so.
Also, Dear Evan Hansen got some licensing, so maybe we'll have that.
I don't know if I'm like pro a high school putting on Dear Evan Hansen. I mean, I don't know, I couldn't think of a better like space for it, but also that's exposing those kids to some pretty dark themes and actions of those characters.
When I read it, I was kind of like,
yeah.
But my school never did like those like fun, like, I mean, we did fun stuff. We did like Anything Goes. We did Guys and Dolls. We did Thoroughly Modern Millie, Drowsy Chaperone. I wanted so bad to do Beauty and the Beast. We never got to do it because one of my directors or one of our set designers would always say, I'm never doing a Disney show. He said he's never doing a Disney show. They did it during COVID. After, when I was in college, they did it in COVID, or they did it in 2020. Boom, the pandemic hit. So I think the show was cursed, and Mr. Reed was like, listen, nobody said I was wrong.
He was trying to save you.
Yeah. I am excited to see takes that people, have on this. And I mean, We got to keep theater alive. And
yeah.
All right. So the next news update that we have is The Great Gatsby has more major cast changes, and I am so excited. I mean, obviously, I'm so sad to see Eva and Reeve leave, but I know that they'll be on to bigger and better things, and they deserve rest because their show schedule has been crazy, from Cabaret to Gatsby to wherever. So, and getting married all in the same process, like
right. And now Gatsby is entering her Disney era. Okay.
for 1 week only, from July 27th to August 2nd, Senzel Amati, who has played Daisy before, I believe she played her on the tour, and she's stepping in to play some Daisy Buchanan for 1 week only. And you guys need to see Senzel in this, because the vocals, I remember listening to it and being like, my heart is on the floor, because her vocals were just mind-blowing, and Beautiful Little Fool is amazing, and I'm obsessed with it. So, and the emotion with it, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. So if you have a chance to see that before, I think by the time this episode comes out, you'll have like 3 or 4 days left to see it. So definitely try and get a ticket if you're close by and are able to go see the show while Cezanne is in the cast.
Yes. So we also, after that run, we have Miss China Anne McClain joining the cast, making her Broadway debut.
Okay, China. Okay, girl.
As Daisy Buchanan. And then we also have another Disney fan who has been in the role before, but it also makes sense because this is Disney Central. Ryan McCartan is returning as the Jay Gatsby. And I'm very, very excited about this. And I think this combo is...
Yeah, I mean, it's a super interesting stunt cast, but I know China can sing. I mean, Calling All the Monsters has been on all of our Halloween playlists for
What's My Name from Descendants.
Yes.
A banger.
So we know she can sing. I mean, she has gained a lot of popularity from the Descendants movies. Yeah. So I'm excited to see how it affects the grosses. And with Ryan coming back and taking over after Reeve and Eva, I'm excited. I'm excited to see the energy that they bring to Gatsby. Yeah, I'm excited. I hope that it just encourages the show to continue, because I think Gatsby's one of the shows that I like fear is going to get taken away from us one day. But
don't say it.
Yeah. Okay. No.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Yeah,
don't say
you're right.
I don't think I'll be able to physically just handle that. We all know how I feel about Gatsby.
It's good because these are the kinds of casting choices that make people who weren't initially interested in the show curious. Yeah. And we've got Disney fans who now maybe weren't interested in seeing The Great Gatsby before, who might look at it and say, oh, well, these are Disney icons. I have to go. Yeah.
Well, also, like, let's also talk about how Corbin Bleu is playing Nick Carraway. So that's another Disney person. Okay.
Never advertise Corbin Bleu. Like, I rarely see him.
I saw like 3 advertisements about him the other day.
Well, you must be thinking about him, because I feel like I always see stuff about Reeve and Eva, stuff about, Daisy and Jay, like in general, and never see anything about Nick Carraway. But I guess I'm alone in that.
That's okay. That's okay, girl.
So we also have some exciting new casting for the Rocky Horror Show. Valentina is making her Broadway debut, which Valentina has a special place in my heart, and I'd be surprised if she doesn't have a special place in your heart, because she was Angel. And of course, we were just talking about sitting in my dorm room sobbing over Rent Live.
Yes.
And so to see Valentina making her Broadway debut, oh, I'm so proud. I could cry.
I am so excited. I love RuPaul's Drag Race. When I heard Valentina, I was like, oh, this is correct. This is, this needs to happen right now. And so when Valentina was in it, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. She actually started, I think. Already.
Yeah, she began on 2 days ago now that we're recording this.
Yeah. I'm so excited to see new people come into Rocky Horror as well. And I think that it's going to be just so fun and just such like I don't know, I feel like it's going to be it's a very smart casting. It's a very smart casting. Yeah.
It's genius. I think Valentina aligns perfectly with the like campy queerness of Rocky Horror. And then also like I think about Columbia and specifically the costume that they put her in this Broadway show. Like she is in drag. So like it makes sense. Like that is drag, baby. That yes. Yeah. So I'm excited.
Yes, I am very excited to see this take. I haven't seen any clips yet, but maybe that's what I'll be doing tonight. We'll have to go I'll be like scavenge. Rocky Horror always is a cult fandom, a cult musical theater classic, and I'm just kind of very excited to see this take. Anyone, I mean, I've already heard that Sherry Renee Scott has done amazing. One of our someone commented on one of our posts the other day saying that they saw Sherry Renee Scott and they said it was phenomenal as always. So I am very, very excited to see how the show continues to grow and be amazing. And I'm excited with this news because it really warmed my heart. And I love Valentina. I could talk forever about Valentina.
Before we move on to the next segment, I just realized there's a huge news story that I didn't add. If you haven't heard yet, Aaron Tveit is returning to the Rouge. Okay, Moulin Rouge is sadly closing soon, but I know fans have been waiting at the edge of their seats, and it has been confirmed.
That's how I feel. I'm speechless. Yes.
I still haven't been to see Moulin Rouge on Broadway. And now I'm like, it's closing. Aaron's gonna be back in it. Yeah. Like, do I have to splurge? Like, oh,
maybe. I think I listen to Roxanne on a daily basis, but more specifically, just the part where the opt-up happens. You know how people say when they see something, like they hold a newborn child and they're like, I love that. I heard that and I was like, oh my God.
So it's the equivalent level of love that you would have to your child.
Sure. Yeah. I don't have any children, so I guess so.
Hypothetical
children. My favorite is watching the compilations of the Roxanne opt-up, and I think every single time I fall in love.
I love it.
Jordan Fisher, that opt-up, I cannot. So, yeah, that's the song I want played every day. Just that. Oh, right. If you ever see me on public transportation, majority of the time, that's probably what I'm listening to. Like
that, it's not mysterious at all. It's just Moulin Rouge.
Or Justice for Tulsa. Honestly, Justice for Tulsa as well from Outsiders. But yeah, that's a little hint. So if you ever think I'm listening to like classical music, I don't know. I'm listening.
Heavy metal. Kate's not a heavy metal listener, okay? She's listening to Broadway.
Oh my God. I just am so excited and I can't wait. I feel like we all knew it was going to happen. I actually watched Lindsay from Mezzanine's new post that she posted, and she said, you guys are welcome or something like that, because last year for her birthday, she wished that Aaron Tveit would come back.
Oh yeah, she's been talking about it for months now.
And you know what? I think that every casting decision should be just put through there, you know?
All right, so our next segment is what seems to be a fan favorite. We just started doing this last week. We're gonna play a little game of try and guess the musical or play from the bad description. So Kate, I will let you go first, and let's see if I can figure this out.
I'm gonna take it easy on you right now. Okay?
I'm nervous.
Okay. Tough guys do street ballet.
West Side Story.
Yes.
Good show. Good classic show.
It's great. We love it.
Okay. A workplace mentor with boundary issues causes major problems in the basement.
Okay. I wanted to say one of them, but I don't think it's that. Phantom of the Opera?
Correct. I didn't even have to give you any hints.
Because the reason why I was going to say Hadestown, but then I was like, I feel like it'd be too specific because the basement, it's not really like, you know? Yeah. Oh God, I'm doing so good today. Okay. Two kids discover that time travel fixes absolutely nothing.
Back to the Future. That's not it.
No.
Two kids and time travel. Harry Potter?
Yes.
Is that it? Harry Potter and the Cursed Child? Aren't there three of them? Well, I guess it's Albus and Scorpius. Rose is like kind of involved, but then they accidentally
Delphi doesn't really play. She's not.
Oh, you know what? I think it's just Scorpius and Albus that go back, but then they accidentally kill Rose and she wasn't even involved. She was just collateral damage.
Or Rose was never
Spoilers. Spoil. Yeah, I mean by kill her, I mean in the sense that she was never born.
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
A family business succession plan goes terribly wrong after one uncle gets a little too ambitious.
Huh? Wait.
A family business succession plan goes terribly wrong after one uncle gets a little too ambitious.
Why was my first thought Addams Family?
Nope.
Give me another. Wait, family business. An uncle?
Mm-hmm.
Death of a salesman?
No. You're gonna be so mad. Okay. The main character spends a lot of time avoiding his problems with two new friends.
Girl, that's so many musicals.
But there's one that's very specifically it.
Two new friends? Is it a musical?
It is. It's a Disney musical.
Uncle Lion King.
Yes, girl.
Family business, sure. As if they don't.
The business succession plan. He was supposed to inherit everything the light touched, right?
Sure. Yeah. Everything except for, the part that Scar is not in.
Yeah, yes.
Great.
Yes.
I love how I was like, Adam's Family. I don't know. Okay. A friendship falls apart in reverse.
Well, that's easy. Merrily we roll along, and it's such a good show. So good.
I love it.
Yes, I think if you just said a friendship falls apart, it probably would have taken me a little while to get there, but in reverse, totally gives it away. Such a good show. Okay. A musician ignores extremely clear instructions and ruins everyone's day.
Hades Town. Just don't look back, sir. Just don't look back. A superhero flies.
But that's it?
Yeah.
Spider-Man?
So my original thought was a superhero flies, ... hopefully.
Yeah.
Well,
in Spider-Man, that didn't happen most of the time, right? Okay, wait, was that the answer?
Yes, that was the answer. Because all the other ones that you've seen, I can't say two strangers carrying a cake because then you'd be like two strangers walk
Yes. Yeah. Here's my next one. A man and a woman both carry a package from a bakery across a city. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna be like, let me guess.
Okay, let's see. I have a few here. This one might be easy, but two women turn murder charges into a branding opportunity.
Chicago.
And my hint for that was the legal system was mostly jazz hands.
Oh, period. And pop, sick, squish.
Says roll up shits.
Yes. Okay. I think we should go. I feel like I was a little hard last time, so I needed to soften this up, So there you go. Now our last segment of this episode is Katie's Dreamcast of Cabaret. So basically I gave Katie the show, I think it was a couple 2 days ago or something like that. I was very late on my part, had a lot going on, but I gave her the show, and now I am excited to hear your Dreamcast, Katie, because this is honestly one of the most dangerous shows to Dreamcast because there's a lot of moving parts. I mean, you need somebody to make people slightly uncomfortable. The MC, hello. Also like kind of scare you a little bit that you're like, am I okay?
So the roles I'm just gonna go over quickly who I'm gonna be casting. So we're doing the MC, Sally Bowles, Cliff, Fraulein Schneider, Herr Schultz, and Fraulein Kost. So let me just get right into it. So I think my MC would be Jeremy Pope.
Ooh.
You may
see it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you may recognize Jeremy Pope from Choir Boy, Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Times of the Temptations, Hollywood, The Inspection. Yeah, he has quite the resume, but I could just see him bringing that, like, the charisma, the vocals, the theatricality, like, iconic. I think that would be gorgeous.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, maybe like at first I couldn't see it, but I can see it, like,
yeah, definitely.
But Jeremy Pope vocals,
yes ma'am,
thank you so much.
So my Sally is someone who has played her before in the West End and who I would love to see on Broadway would be Maud Apatow.
Yeah. Okay. I can see it. I have seen her performance of Don't Tell Mama. And I thought that was really good. Definitely, I think it would need to grow on me a little bit. I love Maud. I loved her since Euphoria. Like, it's great. But I think that's an interesting choice, and I kind of would like to see how that goes.
Or let's just throw it all to the wind and cast Renee Rapp. Renee Rapp for Sally.
Right. Renee Rapp for Sally. And she would also be like, yeah, I'm not doing this. Yeah.
Okay, Cliff. Someone who I think would make a good Cliff alongside of Maud or Renee, I guess. Mike Feist. I'm just obsessed with Mike Feist. I wanted to throw him in.
I love Mike Feist. I could see it, actually.
Casting.
I could see, because Cliff's really supposed to be like this person that's like supposed to be like not like anxious, but just like quietish, like I came here to write. Like I came here to write, but I also I love myself, Paul Mescal.
I do love Paul Mescal.
Was very shocked and very upset that I didn't see him in Streetcar Named Desire. But but I could see that. I mean, also, like, you need to have with Cliff somebody that's like, I came here to write and I actually just got involved in something that I may not ever recover from. So I think that definitely Mike or Paul could definitely play those roles perfectly. So great choice.
So next is Fraulein Schneider. This is hard.
Pineapple.
Yes.
I love her.
I struggled with this one a little bit, but I think that a good one, nodding back to our or my Harry Potter obsession, but Imelda Staunton, who plays Dolores Umbridge.
Okay.
Like, that would be different, but I could see it.
I actually, now that you're saying it, I actually could see that vibe. Oh, okay.
I feel like my picks are always like off the wall. And if we're doing like a star-studded cabaret cast, like stunt casting a little bit, maybe for Herr Schultz, Richard Kind. I think that could be a good combination.
I kind of love that. I like love Richard Kind. I love Richard Kind.
Yeah, I mean, Richard Kind, I feel like he just has such like a kind face. Fitting name. I think that would be like devastating.
I know. Them together. Ooh.
Yes.
There you go. You gotta have somebody that has strong chemistry with Schneider, and you also want someone like, you want to feel protective of him. Like, you just want to kind of be like, I'm gonna protect you.
Right.
You go, you know.
The Fraulein Kost. Who do I have here? Hmm. Shoshana?
Okay.
Let's give Shoshana the role.
I just want Shoshana to play everything.
Yeah,
Whatever.
let's give it to another iconic star, Miss Tony award-winning actress,
Yes.
Shoshana Bean.
Yes. I like your choices. I think,
Okay.
I mean, it's very different than kind of like, I think like I would pick, but I also feel like you kind of hit on things and I was like, oh,
Yes.
oh,
Cabaret is also hard for me because I like it, but it's not one of my like top shows that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I really like a show, I tend to like watch it and listen to it over and over again and really dissect it. And Cabaret is one of those shows that I've seen, but I've not done that like deep dive dissecting that I have with some other shows.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, oh, like who would look good and who has the vocal range and the depth. But I feel like with a show, like there are other shows that I could probably dreamcast more easily than Cabaret.
Absolutely.
But I was like, I think you're trying to make this hard for me on purpose. Maybe a little.
After all of this, I really think that we either have a very brilliant production of Cabaret that could really do well, or we just created a casting announcement that could break the internet. So we stand by it. Support live theater. And who would you pick for Cabaret? That's also, we want to ask all of you, who would you pick? Because
let us know your picks.
We're dying to see, because Cabaret is such a show, like you said, that's like you could it's a very hit or miss in certain areas. And yeah, so all right, so Katie, that is the end of our episode
6.
Right, thank you so much. We'll be playing the 6 wives of Henry VIII now.
Yes. We'll be alternating.
I think
so she's Parr, and then I'm Boleyn, and then she's Cleves. We'll just go back and forth.
That's the end of our episode. I know that we had some big Broadway news, with some surprising closing announcements and casting announcements. We had some, fun bad musical descriptions that I think did pretty well with this week. We had some Cabaret Dreamcast shared. And yeah, I think this was a fun episode, and definitely one that really encompassed all of our favorite things.
So make sure you guys send us your bad musical descriptions, your Broadway hot takes, and your dream Cabaret cast picks. And we'll see you when it's time for the next curtain call. And don't forget, life is a cabaret, old chum.
Bye.